If you've been wondering what the hell's been going on the last 2 years, let's get into it. Yes, I have a lot of questions. What the hell is happening? Why is it happening? Why do I feel crazy? Why does everything feel crazy? And when is it gonna end? Yeah, let's get into it. First things first, we need to rewind back to December 2019. Right before the calendar turned over to 2020, there was a naughty little Saturn-Pluto conjunction in Capricorn that just really set us up for a lot of disaster. What does that mean? So let's break that down a little bit. So Saturn represents things like system and structure and how things fit together and how things stay in line. While Pluto represents things that are really hard to see, like the underworld, like death, like taboo, like sex, like conspiracy theories, or even viruses. And when planets line up in the same degree of a sign, it really is like making paint. You're just mixing the two colors together. So when you take structure and society, and then you take things like viruses and the underworld and death, you mix them together. A global pandemic? I know what you're thinking. Duh. But bear with me. I'm just giving you an explanation. Pluto and Saturn are both planets that are pretty far from Earth. That means that they move really, really slow in our zodiac system. So throughout all of 2020, that Saturn-Pluto conjunction really stuck with us. But when will it be over? Lucky enough for me, I don't have to be the bearer of bad news because we all know it's not over! Even though Saturn and Pluto really gave us a good mess in 2020, we had some help from Jupiter, which came through and gave us some justice. And what does justice look like? It looks like standing up and saying, yes, Black Lives Matter. End of story. All right, we get it. 2020 was a hot mess. What about 2021? So you remember how Saturn had a pretty big role in 2020? Well, it just got spicier in 2021. We started out the year with Saturn moving into Aquarius, and then it made this really uncomfortable square to Uranus. Uranus? Yes, it has a ridiculous name. I'll give you a moment to have your giggles. All right, let's move on. Uranus is like a lightning bolt that just comes in and disrupts everything. So it has themes of shock and radicalism and revolution and disturbance and overstimulation. So fresh in 2021, Saturn and Uranus make this square relationship, which let me tell you is not a healthy relationship. Can you remind me what Saturn represents again? Saturn represents things like structure and system, like government. And can anyone tell me what happened just in the beginning of January of 2021? Oh, do you mean the day of the insurrection where people literally stormed the Capitol in Washington, D.C.? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So that's how we started this year. And guess what? It just keeps going. Like I said before, the planets that are far from us, they move very slow. So all of 2021 and even into 2022, we're going to have this Saturn-Uranus square. And guess what? It's brought gifts. It's brought delusions. And it's brought true disturbances. So let's bring it back to the pandemic, shall we? In 2021, we finally have a vaccine. Huzzah! While in a global pandemic, this is the answer we've been looking for. And we finally have it. And now government is saying, hey, let's put this out. Let's all protect each other. Let's have structure. Let's have guidelines. Let's be vaccinated. But what? There's a square to Uranus. So there is this global energy that says, I'm going to question that. Who's in charge? Is it me? Is it you? I don't think I want to. So right here, we can see the conflict of this relationship between Saturn and Uranus. We can see that this is not productive. But don't worry, this wasn't the only source of conflict in 2021. You know what's even crazier? People taking away abortion rights. Or let's not forget the total takeover of the digital world through TikTok, cryptocurrency, and NFTs. What is happening these days? But the one good thing that came from 2021 is that Britney Spears is free from her conservatorship. Yes, Saturn, yes, Uranus, coming together to rip apart that absolutely ridiculous agreement. That is a revolution that is worth standing behind. Can we be done with 2021 yet? Unfortunately, we finished the year with that same Saturn-Uranus square. It's not really going anywhere. In fact, it's not really going anywhere well into 2022. So we're basically going to keep asking who's in charge and why do I have to do that? For a while. But don't worry, there's a lot of exciting things happening. In fact, there's a lot of things that are exciting about Pluto. One of the last special things that happened in 2021 is this Venus and Pluto conjunction. Spicy. Venus represents our relationships, and Pluto being the unseen, the shadows. Put them together, what are we gonna find? And to top off all that spicy, Venus will move into a retrograde pattern, which usually shows up as a reviewal of things. So it's time to look back at your relationships. Which ones are coming back up? Which ones are transforming? And what should we do about it? This Venus and Pluto relationship, it'll be happening until March 2022. Just in time for Pluto to return to the 27th degree of Capricorn, right where it was when we became a country. What will this mean? What will the relationships be amongst Americans with the world? We really have no way of knowing, but after the last 2 years, we can surely predict that it will be crazy. So good luck out there. Know that you're not the only one. Know that you're not the only one that's crazy. Know that there is a global crazy that's happening. And I'll see you on the other side. Oh shoot, I'm wearing the wrong sweater.